Hey everybody, welcome back. David here from Coffee Talk, and I just wanted to address the whole concept of people trying to sue YouTube. I've been seeing a lot of videos talking about this because YouTube is just autonomously pulling down tons and tons of YouTube channels or demonetizing them or giving them all kinds of strikes, including copyright strikes. I got a copyright strike myself just this morning for a clip from a newsreel from more than 50 years ago, which should be open source, if for no other reason, its age, let alone the fact that I was using it as subject matter for a discussion. But that's how they operate, and there's really no way to fight it. And that's part of the reason why so many people are suggesting suing YouTube. But can you really? Can you really? And I'm going to tell you the sharp and quick tear the band-aid off answer is no. You really can't. They're too damn big, and you've agreed to too much even by being a so-called content creator. The fact that you even checked the box and said yes, 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 and keep going just so that you could put videos out in the hopes that you'll get something from AdSense, which isn't that much unless you're a massive channel. You're really not going to sue them. It's not going to work. Their rules are too open-ended and too vague, so open-ended and vague, in fact, that they can't even really explain them to people accurately, but they expect you to be an expert in it somehow. And if you make a mistake, the penalty is swift and severe. Swift and severe. And the appeals process is a waste of time because you're going from one algorithm to another, one AI bot to another that will very swiftly and quickly dismiss you. You appeal and they kick you down. They grind you into the sand. They have you in the position of crawling to them, begging for leniency just to tell you no anyways, just to rub your face in it. YouTube is like the Ted DiBiase $1 Million Man of social media platforms. Well, come and crawl, and maybe we'll help you. No, we're not going to. We're not going to. They're too big and they know it. They're what in business used to be referred to as the 800-pound gorilla. Too big and mean and heavy to move, and completely unwilling to budge as well. And that's what YouTube has basically become. Look at what they did to their so-called content creators with COPPA. There's still lawsuits about that have gone nowhere, and it's been years. And those lawsuits aren't going anywhere because you can't fight them. They're too big. No one has the money to be able to hold out that long because you're not just suing YouTube. You're suing, along with YouTube, Google, Alphabet Group, and XXVI Holdings, which of course XXVI is the Roman numerals for 26, which is how many letters there are in the alphabet. There's your Easter egg. You're fighting all of these massive companies with billions and billions of dollars at their disposal and all the time in the world. You don't have that. You don't have that. And then you do the long fight, and what do you get? Your monetization turned back on, your channel reactivated. Can you afford all of that for so little? I mean, seriously, it's terrible. It's terrible the way that they treat people, but they know they can get away with it. They know that they can get away with it, and there's not much that you can do. You're going to go to another platform? Go ahead. They don't work. Because I hear that all the time. Well, you need to go to Rumble, and you need to go to those. There's nobody there. Unless you are a big enough channel that you can bring an audience with you, those platforms do not work. They're a waste of your time. Those platforms are a complete waste of time. They don't work. And any platform that has gotten big enough in the past that they might be competition for YouTube, Google has bought them and shut them down. Shut them down, which implies a monopoly and should be investigated, and isn't being investigated. Isn't being investigated, and they're too big. They're just too big to fight. And their rules are too vague and, again, too open-ended, and you just agreed to all of it anyways, so they can hold it over you. And look at the situation like with my copyright strike. It was something that shouldn't have been, that I cannot fight, because 12 seconds after the appeal you get an email saying, after careful review, which there couldn't have been, not that quick, we decided to stay with our decision. I bet you did, because that's what their algorithms do. That's how they treat people. And then you have to go to their copyright school, which is essentially a video that you must watch and then a quiz that you must take, that when you finish it, you're put on 90 days probation for an error, if there even actually is one, and your system didn't make the mistake. That's pretty severe. That's pretty severe. And if something happens again, or they perceive something to have happened again, then you're just thrown off the platform for life. Because the potential is there for something like that to occur. The potential exists. Swift and severe punishment that doesn't quite fit the crime, if a crime was even committed. For sometimes they're the ones that made the mistake, but you can't tell them that. You can't even appeal it, not accurately. And sometimes people, they make errors in judgment, but you're going to beat them down for it instead of having a punishment that so-called fits the crime. And you want to talk about suing these people. Good luck. Good luck. It would be nice. It would not be nice to see that someone could sue them, or that there could be an investigation into these practices. Personally, I don't see it happening anytime soon. I don't see it happening anytime soon. And it's unfortunate that this happens to so many channels. And the more a problem occurs, the more the algorithm suppresses your channel and crushes it and grinds it down, which they have done to this channel, Coffee Talk. They've really suppressed it, as well as my other channel, Prepper University. Prepper University, which they hit pretty hard a couple of years ago, stating that I had made a false claim, which I did not, suspending the channel. And then I go from getting tens of thousands of views on every video to where I can barely get 200 to 300 videos or 200 to 300 views on a video now, because it's been marked by their system, and it just continues to routinely punish the channel even though years have passed since that incident. It's just a terrible practice, and it's managed very badly. And the more they get away from any human interaction and have bots running everything, the worse all of this gets. Just getting that off my chest, because again, they hit me again today. They hit me again this morning for using for demonstrative purposes and discussion a clip from a newsreel from more than 50 years ago. It was from 1970. It was from 1970, and they beat me over the head for it. And like I said, there's no real appeal process. There's no real discussion. There's no real person to communicate with. What do you think about all of that? Do you have a channel? Are you having problems? It wouldn't surprise me at all. because you hear about it constantly. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section down below. Please do give the video a thumbs up if you get where I'm coming from. Share it if you can. Subscribe if you're new. For all the good it does. For all the good it does, because I hear from subscribers constantly to say that they don't get any notifications at all. And if that's it, then what more can I say but stay tuned, folks, because hopefully there is more to come.